Hey Kings and Queens, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a story time on how I got in an argument with my neighbors.
Another banger. Make a call, make a bomb, 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 make a call, make a keep a tip, bomb, 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 your body, make a bomb, 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 on a make it.
Before the video starts, be sure to like, subscribe, and share to all of your friends and family. And if you want to see all my videos, hit the notification bell and click all. Okay, so I think I was playing a game or watching TV or something, and my brother had came in to talk to me, and he was just like, hey, one of the neighbors just yelled at me. And me being me, right, I don't tolerate nobody yelling at my siblings nor my mother. So whenever a situation like this comes out, you gonna step to me. And that's just that. So I put on my shoes and I stand outside the door. And I'm waiting outside the door for probably like 2 minutes. And he looking outside, he's like, is there a problem? I said, yeah. You yelling at my brother? And he was just like, yeah, I yelled at him because he's yelling at the kids for messing with the cat. Mind you, my brother is a kid too. He's 13. And these kids are probably 10 or 11. And so, let me give you a little backstory, right? The neighbor that I'm currently talking to right now is across from us, right? The kids outside, their parents are the neighbors next to us, right? Okay, so the neighbor across of us is yelling at my brother for the kids that live next door, right? Because I guess they like this, right? So, we gonna pass that situation. And the cat, if you guys have seen any of my, it was a video early on when I was recording. I think I have like spend a day with me or something. And I said, there's this cat named Amelia. This is the cat we are referring to. Her name is Amelia. And she's a really sweet cat. Like, you couldn't even, there is no reason why you shouldn't like her. So, back to the story. He was just like, yeah, because he's yelling at these kids for messing with the cat. And I'm just like, first of all, right, my whole thing is, right, as a grown man, right, a grown man, those ain't your kids, for one. They ain't your kids. And for two, you yelling at a kid for yelling at a kid. That's not your kid. None of the kids there are your kids. And you're yelling at my brother because he yelled at somebody else's kids. My whole thing is, I kept a calm tone the whole entire time, and he's raising his voice, he's cussing, he's getting out his character, he's mad, he's heated. So he yelling back and forth with me, right? He yelling back and forth with me. And I'm just like, and I'm getting on to my brother because as a big sister, I know how it feels for some kid to yell at your sibling. So I'm not going to tolerate none of the nonsense. I'm like, why are you yelling at somebody else's kids? Don't yell at their kids. Because if somebody yelled at you, like we are out here right now because somebody yelled at you, it's up. So I'm over here talking to him, and my sister's talking to him. And then the neighbor's parents came out. They next door is a guy. The guy came out and he's just like, he's arguing with the guy with me. So they both arguing with me right now. So these mind you, these are two grown men, probably 30 pushing 40, arguing with a 20-year-old, right? So the neighbor on the other side, my next door neighbor, that's not my next door neighbor anymore. I'm gonna get into that. Anyway, the neighbor that's next to me, he was arguing with me. He was just like, so why is he yelling at my kids? And I'm just like, and I'm trying to reason with this guy, right? I'm not even talking to the neighbor across from us anymore. I'm trying to be like, hey, we apologize for my brother. I'm sitting here saying, we apologize for my brother yelling at your kids because we don't tolerate that around here either. Because if somebody would have yelled at him like this situation that's happened now, it would have been up. We apologize for that. And he's not hearing none of it. He's not hearing nothing what I have to say. And we're trying to sit here and like de-escalate the situation, and both of these men are yelling at me and my sister, which by the way, she is freaking 17. She was there for like 5 minutes, and then she was just not hearing them be in our face no more. So they started getting more rowdy. They started getting more, they yelling more, and I'm just like, what are you like? Why are you getting mad? And then the guy across from us, right? He getting in his feelings. He's getting mad, and mind you, they're mad because of a cat right now, right? So the guy across from us, he's just like, yeah, my baby is allergic to cats. And I'm like, and he's yelling at me. He's yelling at me that his baby girl is allergic to cats, like his daughter. And I'm sitting here like, well, why not communicate that to us? Because we're not evil people. We're not gonna bring in a cat that's not ours around you if one of our neighbors is allergic to cats. We're not that type of people. And he's like, no, F that. I don't want to hear that. And I don't care because y'all bringing this cat around all the time. And I'm just like, what happened to communication? You're sitting here, you're mad. Like, mind you, these people are mad at us because we bring a cat around, and not no times have anybody came to knock on our door to talk to our mother or to talk to me, which are the only two adults in the house, about a situation with the cat. Not once. They always trying to yell at my brother. So the guy, he's getting real heated. I said, you mad, huh? Because he's sitting here yelling in my face, and he think he gonna get a reaction out of me. I said, you mad, huh? You mad, huh? And he slammed the door in my face. And this is when my mother comes out. My mother comes out, and she's like, what's the issue? And they start arguing with her about the same stuff. Basically saying that, yeah, this cat and his kids is allergic to cats, and this cat be peeing all over the carpets outside. Basically, this cat be peeing outside the doors. Mind you, let me tell y'all something before we even get to the cat peeing on the doors. Right, this cat has been in our house. She has stayed the night. She has stayed the whole day. She has not peed in this house once. Not once. Not peed near our house once. So for them to say that this cat has been peeing all over their front door, I think that was bullshit personally. That's just my opinion. Or maybe she just didn't like you guys. I don't know, because she never peed in the house. Every time she had to go to the bathroom or if she wanted to go outside, she meowed at the door and we let her out. And she never was inside the apartment buildings just roaming around outside the doors. So I don't even understand how would she have time to pee on all of your carpets and just... I don't understand that. So these two are going back and forth with my mom, and then he's getting mad. The next door neighbor, he's getting mad because my brother yelled at his kids. He's not letting that go. And we over here sitting here, me and my sister already said we apologize for that, and we're going to get him to apologize to you guys. And they just getting more angrier, right? The guy already left. The next door neighbor, he slammed the door and he already left, right? And then the neighbor next to us, he started calling my mom out her name. He called her a B word, and he called my brother a B word. He's like, you B word and your son a B word. And he's like this, and he's pointing in his face, and his girlfriend trying to pull him in the house, or his whatever was trying to pull him in the house and stuff like that. I'm just like... Mind you, we all black here. Everybody in this situation is black. Like, we are all people of color. And I'm just like... And everybody ain't even... Nobody on our side was getting out of character. We was all at a calm tempo. And they started yelling. So what made my mom get up, like raise her voice or whatever, and start cussing, because they was cussing at us already. And then they started yelling in my face and putting their finger in my face. And my mom stepped in front of me, was just like, what you not finna do? is yell at my daughter like she crazy. That's what you're not finna do. So then the whole proportion just got out of hand, and that's when he started calling my mom a B word, and that's just when everything escalated, right? And then my mom was just like, I don't know. I think she just felt uncomfortable with the whole situation because how these men were acting like straight animals and dogs, and like women don't have no say in nothing. She called the police, and she called Amelia's owner. So her owner came first, and he's a really sweet guy. We go over there. We can't let her in the house now. We can't let her into our apartments now because the neighbor that's across from us daughter is still allergic to cats. And I mean, for one, I don't have no issues with not having an animal over because our people our neighbors are allergic to cats. That's no issue for me because I will not bring something that's around that somebody is allergic to because that stuff can be deadly. I have allergies, so I know how it is. So I'm not going to do that. But like, yeah, the neighbors across from us are moved out because I'm pretty sure they got evicted. The sheriff came and put a eviction notice on their door. So that's what you get for calling my mom a B word and my brother a B word. Karma hits fast and God hits faster. But when the police came and the owner was there. So everybody's out in the hallway now. And we explaining the situation to the police officers. And I'm sitting here trying to talk to the police because I'm a level-headed person. But if you get me there, you get me there. And I was so freaking close to getting there. So close. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, and I'm explaining the situation. I'm like, so I came outside and they argued. This guy done yelled at my brother because he yelled at somebody else's kids. And I'm sitting here trying to explain to them, like, hey, we apologize for my brother yelling, but what is this guy doing yelling at a kid? That gets you nowhere. Instead of yelling at somebody else's kid, how about you bring the kid to the door, knock on the door, and ask to speak to the parent because this kid, I wouldn't feel comfortable with another kid yelling at my kid. But I promise you this. If a grown adult yells at my kid, oh, it's up, baby. It's up. So I'm sitting there explaining it to the cops normally, and I'm like, so they have an issue with the cat. They having an issue with the cat, right? And this guy's saying his daughter is allergic to cats, and I'm trying to sit here and say, hey, why not communicate that with your neighbor and be like, oh, my daughter is allergic to cats. This is my baby's allergic to cats, and could you guys like leave the cat outside or like not bring the cat in at all because my baby is allergic to cats? And we would have had no issue with that. But no, he want to get in all of his tone and say, no, F y'all, my baby's allergic to cats and you guys are evil and da 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 da. Like, how about communicate that first? Duh, are you not like, the fuck? And then the neighbors next door, apparently the mom or whoever she is, we don't know who she is. She was just like, yeah, and our whole issue wasn't just him yelling. He cussed at our kids too. So they're saying that my brother cussed, right? They saying my brother said, get the hell away from the cat or something like that. That's what they said. My brother said. And you can tell when my brother's lying or not. So for the time being, we told my brother to apologize for the yelling part. So he apologized to the kids for yelling. But when we all sat down and had a conversation about him cussing, you can tell when my brother's lying. When my brother's lying, he does this little thing that you know when he's lying. But when he's telling the truth, he stands on what he said. He said, I did not do this. And he's determined to tell you that he did not do it. So I'm pretty sure them little kids lied to their mom about my brother cussing because when the whole situation died down and the kids were going up the stairs to talk to their mom, one of them said, fuck. So your kids cuss, but like, so this whole situation happened because One neighbor is allergic to cats. One neighbor's daughter is allergic to cats, and the other neighbors plain just don't like her. And honestly, I think our neighbors all together, the people upstairs per se, they are not cat people. They've been There's been incidents where they try to leave some poison out for the cat to eat. They having conversations that my brother overheard that, oh, we're gonna kill this cat and stuff like that. Just plain evil. Cause it's one thing not to like cats. Because me personally, I'm not a cat person. I'm more of a dog person. Like I love dogs and I don't mind cats, but I'm not a cat person. But I'm not gonna sit here and plot to kill a cat. These people are not animal people. They do not like animals, and I'm honestly that's just what it is. Because it's one thing not to like cats because your daughter is allergic to cats, but trying to kill a cat, really? And she's also the color of this cat is a black cat with orange like kind of like an orange white pattern. So y'all already know how people feel about black cats per se. So that's the story on how I got in an argument over a cat with my neighbors instead of talking like civil human beings. The only reason why the conversation calmed down was because the police came here and everybody started to apologize. Everybody apologized. My mom apologized. The two neighbors at the top apologized. The one next to us was just like, yeah, I just had a situation with my kids earlier. That's why I probably was heated and I was out in the moment. Me personally, I didn't apologize because I'm not sorry for nothing. This whole situation could have been avoided without the police, but everybody wanted to get out of character. For what? For what? And we are all grown adults here. I feel like I was the only level-headed adult in this situation. I'm 20. These people have kids, wives, and girlfriends. I don't have none of that. Probably like 2 weeks after this situation, a sheriff put a note on the neighbors that's across next to us door, the ones who was yelling at my mom and calling her a B word. They put an eviction notice on their door, and like not yesterday, but the day before, they moved out. Deuces. Now we're just waiting for across the hall to move. Because and truthfully, I have no problems with these people, right? I have no issues with y'all. But like, as an adult, think about it, right? Think about this with your head as an adult. What do y'all look like at y'all big age arguing with a 20-year-old and calling kids B words? And talking to us crazy and not talking to the parent at that. Like this whole situation didn't even have gone on between me and you, sir. You should have been a big deal adult and been like, hey, I would like to talk to your mom instead of talking to you. You know? But that's not what happened. Just arguing all around. And stupid argument at that. Every time I talk about this situation, I get irritated. Because, like, what was the reason? But yeah, that is the story time on how I got into an argument with my neighbors. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share to your friend, family, cousin, best friend, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, other boyfriend, other girlfriend, if you guys are supposed to have that. Because if not, I'm snitching. But yeah, and also you guys be sure to follow my TikTok. My TikTok picked this video for you guys. So it was between talking about this story or pulling an all-nighter. And my TikTok voted for this story. So be sure to follow my TikTok so you guys can be in the loop and try to vote for the next video. And I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Bye.